Hi, I'm Caleb Froedge, and you're listening to Verse by Verse. The depth of God's planning is amazing. I always find it fascinating to consider God's greatness and providence. It is very encouraging to know that God has a plan, and His plan will come to fruition. In all that God does and all of the works of His mighty hand, His plans are thoughtful, detailed, far-reaching, and with incredible purpose. Is there anything in this physical life that constantly reminds you of God's purposeful planning? How about when you look up into the heavens on a clear night? Now, we know that the universe has a certain depth beyond our comprehension. The vastness boggles the mind. And you might be surprised to find out that His creative plans are tied within that creation, that part of creation, and possibly even more far-reaching than the universe itself. Today, let's explore a verse that reveals the depth of God's purposeful planning for you. It is found in a book of beginnings, Genesis 1 and verse 14. Then God said, "Let there be lights in the firmament of the heavens to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and seasons, and for days and years." We see here that God allowed there to be lights in the firmament of the heavens and divided the day from the night. And it was for a reason. It says it was for seasons and days and years. God created time and our ability to keep time as a wonderful blessing for us. Can you imagine how disorganized we would be without being able to keep track of time? It would be very chaotic. I'm not talking about one not being able to know when to apply for Social Security benefits. It would be even more chaotic than that. We understand that keeping track of time is very beneficial for us. But what is even more fascinating is that God created time not only for our physical benefit, but also for our spiritual benefit too. How so? It says that God divided the day from the night for seasons, as well as days and years. But note, He did say it was for seasons. Now, what is this talking about? Is this talking about summer, fall, winter, spring? Actually, it goes beyond weather's association. It actually involves special holy days to be observed that reveal God's plan and purpose for mankind. The Hebrew word for seasons here in verse 14 is moed, M-O-E-D, and it means appointed place or time, appointed meeting, sacred season, and set feast. This Hebrew word, moed, is the same word used in Leviticus 23, when God proclaimed His special feast days to be holy convocations. Part of why God created time is so we would know exactly when to observe these special days, which hold great meaning. The term seasons, mentioned in Genesis 1 and verse 14, refers to the appointed times in which the commanded festivals are to be observed. The days, in reference to Genesis 1 and verse 14, correlate with the weekly Sabbath, along with the annual Sabbaths or holy days. Faithfully fulfilling their purpose, the term signs refers to the sun, moon, and stars, in which they govern the seasons and days. From the beginning of humanity's existence, knowledge of God's redeeming plan is verified within His creation. What an awesome thing to consider. From the very beginning, God not only provided us with the opportunity to keep time, but He also set aside certain days for us to observe in order to learn more about His plan for us. If you would like to know more about God's holy days and His plan for you, please visit the Life Hope and Truth Learning Center. There's a link in the show notes where you can find one of our many helpful booklets, one specifically entitled, From Holidays to Holy Days, God's Plan for You. And the next time you look up into the sky at our vast universe, think of Genesis 1 and verse 14, and also of what King David said in Psalm 8 in verses 3 through 5. When I consider your heavens, the work of your fingers, the moon and the stars which you have ordained, what is man that you are mindful of him, and the son of man that you visit him? You have made him a little lower than the angels, and you have crowned him with glory and honor. What an incredible purpose plan God has for you, and has had for you from the very beginning of time.
If you've been enjoying Verse by Verse and want to help the show grow, here's what you can do to get the word out. Wherever you're listening, make sure to subscribe. If you're on a platform that accepts reviews and ratings, those can both make a big difference in helping other people find us. Verse by Verse is a Life, Hope, and Truth podcast. Check out the show notes to find more free content, like videos, articles, and booklets in our Learning Center.